that's the reality. And in this atmosphere tonight, have that open heart. Some of these things are a little deep, but I always say, when you hear and do it, say, Lord, put it in my heart. Give me understanding. Because sometimes it's things you're unfamiliar with because you didn't read these things in the Bible. So you don't know the reference. You don't know the meaning of it. Because the book is written in parables and mysteries, in stories, like a story. In the natural, they call it steganography. Like you write something, write a letter, but in that letter have an embedded meaning, a mysterious meaning. Then you have encryption. And sometimes you have things, truth encrypted for security purposes. So everybody don't get their hands on it. In the military especially, you have these things. The financial world, they have these things. So people don't go and decrypt these things and then bring out all kind of counterfeit things. You see? So it's encrypted. And then you have to have a key to decrypt it. But the ones who have the key knows what it means. Like the book of Revelation and Daniel. The book of Revelation, I see a man with 7 stars in his right hand, and he's in the middle of 7 golden candlesticks. I see a woman on a scarlet colored beast with 7 heads and 10 horns and all these things. You read this, you don't know what it is, but all of this have a key to decrypt it. When you decrypt it now, it's things on the earth. And when you see it now, you have that light. That light brings a consciousness, a realization of the things in the earth. So then you can see what the Bible prophesied for the last days, where it is, what move the enemy is making through politics, through religion, through science and these things, and what is happening in the world. And then you can see how God has made provision for his elected people. Because before the judgment comes, God always makes a way of escape for his people. We had it last night. Count yourself worthy that you will escape these things that is to come upon the face of the earth. Because like a trap, it will come on them unawares. And I say this is the hour, the level of awareness has to be raised. And this is what the truth does. When the truth opens, it sensitizes you, it illuminates your mind, and you begin to get aware of what is happening. Because what the devil is doing, made them under the darkness of cover. And he's doing it in a subtle way that you can't see what he's doing. It's like the Pope just went to the United States and he goes there and you have all of this. And you watch that man moving in the earth. That's an office. He too have an office in the Bible. That's the great harlot that drunk in the earth with the wine of her fornication, and the kings of the earth and the inhabitants of the earth. And when it just come through there, and then the signs in the heavens from last night. See? So it's a time of sensitivity. You don't want to be desensitized because all the things in the world, the glamour, the prosperity, the music, this, all the different things, have the internet and these things. A lot of this is to distract and desensitize people, to divert your thinking into a channel that is unproductive for you many times and make you miss the spiritual things. Because when you get there, you find 1,000,001 opinions of one thing. Put your head in a tailspin. You don't know what to do. Because the spin doctors out there, they have everybody. It's a battle to capture the minds of the people. The marketing people who marketing, fashion, designer, clothing. Well, they're competing for your minds. Each one have the product. Each one have fierce advertising. And this one bringing out this, and this one bringing out this, and this one bringing out this, and this one bringing out this. And the amount of them, then they popularize the fashions. So people want to feel like they're in the in thing because they want to attract attention to themselves. And while people get caught up in these things, you find out the time to spend with God, for God to alert them, warn them. And then you see earthquake come, 8.3, it's like an 8.3 earthquake with tsunami coming. You could imagine if you didn't know what was coming. I'm sure all them dogs and cats and all them stray dogs in the road walking, they just hear and know them they're coming along before people. You know why? When man's supposed to be in a higher realm with a sharper sense, because he's the highest form of life on the earth. Yet a stray dog eating its own filth, sometimes eating out a garbage bin, because they're living in God provided way. They could pick up that danger coming, and they move to high ground. Like when in 2004 in Indonesia, when that tsunami, almost 300,000 people get killed, I think it was there. And about 12 nations were struck with the impact of these things. And they had something so huge that they begin to realize when they have them kind of earthquakes, they want to have cooperation with nations, because one nation alone can't go to tackle all that kind of disaster. They don't have the resources. Got people all in India, people in Sri Lanka and them places moving in train. They only see that sea coming, wham! And you know that. This time, this thing was in Indonesia. All them surrounding nations. As far as Kenya, all them places had suffered such big damage during that time. You see? And you know the notable thing they found? They couldn't find animals. All the animals went to the high ground long before. See? So when they think they're walking with a dog, you know, and in the evening they're going with a dog, and a dog has more sense, a danger coming than the people. It's sure right. And then you see people with PhD and LLD and all big kind of university education thing, who go in there for sex tourism, who go in there to sunbathe, and who go in there for sightseeing and different things. All them bikini beauties on the beach. When they think so, tsunami come and sweep away all these people. Last vacation they had, many of them. In them times, you want sense like a dog. That sense will help you faster. You're sure right. Oh my. 2 Kings 8. So now we're going to pick up the word restore again. This is the scripture you have.